Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a great story out of the hedge. I'm going to link it below. It's about layoffs. It's about jobless claims. It's entitled Initial Jobless Claims Hit 8-Month Highs, Continuing Claims Jump Ahead of Payroll Print. Now this is something we've been talking about where we're starting to see in the spring tons of layoffs, especially in the mortgage industry, because as interest rates rose, people stopped refinancing their homes or even stopped buying homes, and the refinance industry started getting hit hard, right? Well, then we started seeing Zillow and other streaming services starting to lay off people, right? And now we're starting to see a barrage. And I told you that in the summer, we're going to start to see even more news because economic activity is slowing down because of inflation, both on the fuel and the food side, and you're going to see less and less hirings going on, but then you're going to start seeing more and more layoffs, all right? So here we go. Amid a growing wave of corporate layoff announcements, the number of Americans filing for first-time jobless benefits rose to 260,000 last week, moving its 4-week average to the highest in 8 months. The 4-week average, highest in 8 months, okay? So realize that because it's going to get worse. More problematically, continuing claims is now starting to roll notably higher at 1.4, the highest since April. Okay, so we're starting to see a trend where you would expect seasonally, spring and summer are strong months for hiring. This is very alarming, especially as we move into the fall and into Christmas season, because, and I want people to understand, everyone goes, well, Christmas season, Ninja, that's when things get strong. But I'm telling you, I believe that we're going to see some massive downward swings in economic activity by the fall and definitely by the end of fall, okay? It says Connecticut, Oklahoma, and California saw the biggest rise in jobless claims, while Massachusetts, Kentucky, and Ohio saw the biggest drop in claims. Well, that's good. At least there's some cities or states that are doing good. It says jobless claims are now completely decoupled from the headline payrolls data. And the reason why I want you guys to look at this story, because there's some great charts, graphics on there to really give you a sense of what's going on with the activity when it comes to jobless claims, new hires, things like that. It says, notably, Andrew Challenger, Gray, and Christmas, senior vice president, said in a statement that, and I quote, "The job market remains tight and large-scale layoffs have not begun. There are some indicators that hiring is slowing after months of growth, however." Now that's really well said. He's saying, look, large-scale layoffs have not happened. Even though we've seen companies that have had to lay off literally thousands of people, and some places have laid off like close to 30% of their workforce we've been talking about the last few months, those aren't considered large, massive layoffs. As a matter of fact, in a side note, I just noticed an article stating that Walmart is now laying off its top senior management staff. So that's really corporate executives and management staff. That is very, very interesting to me. However, in a quick glance down, headlines shows at least 12 big companies that have announced layoffs within the last 2 weeks. Now, this is the last 2 weeks. These are just headlines, okay? So I'm going to go through them because it really starts to paint a picture of what is going on in corporate America. Number 1, Ultratech Inc. says that it will be laying off more than 600 workers. Number 2, electric truck maker Rivian will be laying off approximately 840 workers. I have somebody I know that has a down payment on a deposit on a Rivian, and they've been super excited. But you know what's funny is as the months go on and the time sort of wanes, and the information he's getting about the truck, he's getting less and less excited about that truck. How soon will it be until he pulls his deposit and goes and buys something else? And then it's going to cause Rivian to even lay off more people. All right, sorry, I digress. Number 3, 7-Eleven has announced that it will be eliminating 880 corporate jobs, very similar to what's going on with Walmart right now. Number 4, Shopify is laying off 1,000 people. Number 5, Vimeo says it will be eliminating 6% of its current workforce. 6% is significant. It's not usually until you start seeing 10% and above where you start really seeing those hit the headlines. Redfin will be reducing the size of its workforce by 8%. Compass, lending, right? Mortgages, will be reducing the size of its workforce by 10%. Remax, I used to work for Remax, will be reducing the size of its workforce by 17%. Again, we're seeing this pick up just like 2008 in the real estate sector, whether it be actually home sales or refinancing mortgages, things like that. Robinhood will be reducing the size of its workforce by 23%. Good job, Robinhood. That's what happens when you actually steal people's money or don't let them buy or sell when they want to. Just a little side note. Sorry, I digress. And then 10, it's being reported that Ford is preparing to cut as many as 8,000 jobs in the coming weeks. We've been waiting for that announcement because we've been hearing so many rumors of that. Geico has closed every single one of their offices in the state of California. That will result in vast numbers of workers losing their jobs. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I understand California politics because I don't understand them, and I can totally understand why Geico would want to leave the state of California. And then number 12, to close this out, Walmart is eliminating about 200 corporate jobs. Hey, look, they ended the list on Walmart. As it contends with rising costs, bloated inventories, and weakening demand for general merchandise. And this is exactly the narrative that we were talking about for months, that these companies were going to be have excess inventory. They wouldn't know how to sell it. And people were going to stop buying just the crap from China because they care more about saving money for next month's gas bill or electric bill or diesel bill or even food. All right. So we've already seen that in corporate earnings where people are going, we don't have enough money to go and buy a trinket now. We are going to buy clothing, we're going to buy food and fuel. That's it. And so you're going to watch behemoths like Walmart go into the hurt locker economically, and they're going to start closing stores. You watch the companies that overbuilt, like Staples, OfficeMax, you're going to see these in even the stores like Walmart. I know it's going to sound crazy, but in a day and age where there's a Walmart every like 15 minutes in some parts of the country, you're not going to need them all. And you're going to see Walmarts close down. I know that sounds crazy. Well, you know what? On that note, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I thank you so much for watching. Appreciate everybody that's sharing these videos. This is going to get exciting, guys, but remember, it's going to get worse, and that's not to be afraid of. I want you to be prepared and not scared. Ninja Nation's going to rise up, and you are going to take advantage of the collapse instead of BlackRock. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.